One of the most challenging situations I used to find myself when I started to learn how to be a confident communicator was my mind used to go blank, absolutely blank and frozen whenever somebody asked me an opinion or a question in a group setting. Has it happened to you before as well? If yes, then through this video, I'm going to solve this problem once and for all for you. And I'm going to give you a 20-second unfreeze script, which is going to make you go from a blank contributor to the most engaging and active contributor in any conversation, be it at your work, in your university, or in any walk of life. The reason this situation is more frustrating than you think is because when you're alone, you are a great articulator. You are a smart person by default. You are a great communicator when you have to communicate through writing or emails. But when somebody asks you a question in a meeting, what do you think about this? Or what's your opinion on this problem? You just go blank. And you start blaming yourself, asking questions like, what's wrong with me? Am I a silly person? I cannot change this situation, or will I be this inconfident person for the rest of my life? And this is what kills your confidence. Now let me tell you something important. This situation can be resolved. Yes, you heard it right. This problem has a solution. But first, let's understand why this happens. This phenomenon has a name. It's called the blank mind freeze response, and it happens more than you think. This is not a personality defect. It's not about vocabulary. It's not about whether you are a great confident speaker or not. It's simply your brain's response to these kind of situations. Based on all the previous experiences that you gather throughout your life, your brain decides in every situation whether this is a safe spot for us or this is a threat spot for us. Whenever somebody asks you a question in a group setting, your brain thinks that this is a threat and it goes into the safe mode. And the safest option for your nervous system is just to shut off, go blank, and not respond with any opinion or any thought. It's simply your nervous system's response whenever an attention comes to you. It focuses more on your safety than being creative. Now here's the part that you've been waiting for, the 20-second unfreeze script. The first step in this script is you have to buy some time for yourself, but in a calm manner. You can use something like, give me a second to think, this is a very interesting point, or give me a few moments so that I can gather my thoughts together. The simple line does two things for you. Number one, it removes pressure from you, and number two is it signals composure for the person listening to you or asking you the question. Now after using this line, just breathe calmly and use the second step. The second step is you should always use a structure instead of searching for ideas. An example of a structure could be, from what I've understood, this is my opinion. Or this one thing that has stand out to me is this. Whenever you're frozen in a conversation, your brain does not need the most brilliant ideas. All it needs is starting point. And when that thing is tapped, it just flows through creativity and response. The scripted structure gives you an entry point. Now as a bonus tip, I'm going to share something even more powerful than this. You can actually stop from freezing even before it happens in a conversation. And to do that, you just have to follow this 60-second routine before any conversation. So next time you are in a meeting, in an interaction, or at your class, try this 60-second routine. The first step of this 60-second routine is think of an opinion that you're going to share. Second step is think of one question that you're going to ask in this conversation. And third is think of that one simple phrase that you're going to use when you feel blank. That's it. An opinion, question, and a phrase. Now you're not going in any conversation empty-handed, you're going prepared. And once you have these three tools in your arsenal, you're not going to freeze again. Now let me give you an example. Let's say you're in a meeting with your manager and he asks you, what are your thoughts on this? Or what do you think is the biggest problem that we are facing? If you feel like you're going blank, instead of panicking, you can use that simple structure. You can say something like, based on my understanding, I think the biggest problem we are facing is dash. And dash could be whatever the problem that you're facing. With this simple structure, it will reduce pressure from you exponentially, and it will sound that you are more composed than ever before. And boom, you're back in the conversation, your ideas are flowing, your brain thinks that it's a safe place, and that's it. Once you have that first foot in the door, then next part is quite easy. In case of a group conversation, if somebody asks you a question and you don't have the answer, you can say something like, that's an interesting point. Could you please expand more on it? So here you have to note that you have not given the answer, but it feels like you're engaging in the conversation by asking a question. So the more tools that you prepare before a meeting, and the more tools you have in your arsenal to use whenever you feel blank. So the most important takeaway from this video is always be prepared and use these techniques to be prepared before any meeting, any conversation, or any interaction if it's a high-stake conversation. I hope you have loved these techniques, and if you like my videos, make sure you follow, subscribe, and share this with your friends. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.